Hello, welcome to Math 125 Quantitative Reasoning Calculator tutorial using our probability buttons. We'll be using our TI-30XS Multiview to go over the different combinations, permutations, and factorials. So 1, find the number of ways to choose 8 objects out of 12 objects total when order matters. So when order matters, we are going to use a permutation. So we usually do the notation for a permutation as NPR, where N is the number of total objects and R are the number of objects we are choosing from the total. So in this case, we are going to have 12 total objects. We are going to permute 8 of them. We're going to choose 8 of them when order matters. So to use our calculator to find this number, I'm going to first have to tell it how many total objects there are. There are 12. And I'm going to go into our probability button, which is PRB. So then it is going to be the first option, our NPR. I'm going to hit enter. And then I need to tell it now how many objects I am choosing from our 12 RR. So this is 8. So once I've put 12 NPR8, I can go ahead and hit enter. It's going to tell me that there are 19,958,400 ways to choose 8 objects out of 12 when order matters. So then part 2, find the number of ways to choose 8 objects out of 12 objects total when order does not matter. In this case, this is a combination because order does not matter. So we have the notation very similar, where it is NCR. I like to say N choose R. And again, N is the total number of objects and R is the number that we are choosing. So in this case, we will have 12 total objects and we will choose 8 of them again. But in this case, order does not matter, so it is a combination. On our calculator, we're going to have to do the same thing. We're going to have to tell it how many total objects we are choosing from, which is 12. And I'll go into probability again, our PRB button, and now it is the second option. So I'll arrow down to get the N choose R and hit enter. And I'll put that on, and I need to tell it what our R value is now, how many objects we are choosing from the 12, which is 8. So once I have that all in, I can go ahead and hit enter and find that there are 495 ways to choose 8 objects out of 12 when order does not matter. Again, that is a combination. And lastly, find 8 factorial. So the exclamation part here is a factorial. One of the fun jokes in math is that when you shout a number, it gets bigger, because 8 factorial is equal to 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So in general, any number is just any number factorial is that number times all of the numbers that come below it, all of the integers, I should say, that come below it. So we have, again, a button to make our life easier to do these. So if I go into my calculator, I'm going to first tell it what I'm going to be factorialing, 8, and I'm going to hit the probability button, PRB, and now it is my third option, so I'll arrow down twice and get the factorial, the exclamation point, and hit enter. So now I have 8 with the exclamation point, the factorial. I'll hit enter again to find the number, and this is 40,320. So that is how we find these different formulas in our calculator. Thanks for watching.